Assalamu alaikum and welcome to my sewing review channel. Now I'm going to be sharing this suit with you. It's one of the baroque designs. This one I didn't initially feature on the suits because I didn't get this in originally. It was something that I actually came across later on, and I fell in love with the color and also the design. So this suit is called ecstatic grey, and it's okay, it's got a fair bit other written on it, but anyway, I'm not going to bother reading in it. It's in the design number 10 of their volume of Baruch's original catalogue. These are actually replicas. We're not doing the originals, but we're doing replicas. The originals are around about £110 each, and the replicas are a fraction of that price. You get an equally good result. Obviously, the original is an original, and you can tell with the fabric and also the embroidery as well. But I tell you, these are no less. The embroidery on these suits is absolutely beautiful, and the beauty is that they're hard wearing clothes, and it's amazing how much you can do with them. And that's the whole point of these tutorials, to show you exactly what you can do with these designs. Now, when I actually got this in, there was something that I wasn't too keen on with this. The original color used on behind the embroidery was on this raw silk fabric, and I don't know, I had this crazy notion, right? I wouldn't advise it to anyone else, but I go a little bit mad sometimes, and I actually burnt out the sides of all the embroidery, and then I stuck it onto grey fabric. It wasn't the wisest of things to do, because then it needs a lot of careful attaching of the flowers, and I didn't do a brilliant job on attaching them because I'm always in a rush, and these kind of things you can't really rush. You have to spend time. I could do with now tacking all these down where the flowers are lifting, but to be honest, you know what, I just haven't got time. So if you're a rush person like me, then I wouldn't advise it. Then I'd say stick to the original. The reason why I took it off was because the fabrics, some of the stuff that I matched up with this suit didn't go with this color, and that's the reason why I went for that option. Anyway, what's done is done. No point in crying about spilt milk. So what did I do with this suit? Well, I took off the embroidery, I took off the backing, I ironed it onto another plain fabric of the salwar material, and then I've matched up some beautiful pearl color lace, beaded lace, and also some beautiful pink pink Banarsi fabric, and some embroidery lace. Okay, so I attached the lace, I attached the pearls, I attached the trimming of Banarsi. I got some ready-made piping in the very light gold color, and I've attached that on. Between the seams, I took away the original seams, and I've put Dori in the Banarsi pink fabric. And then the neckline, I went for a slightly boat-like neckline, and I've attached pearls all on the outside and attached Banarsi fabric. For the sleeves, again, I attached Banarsi fabric on there, and then because this embroidery was slightly irritating, I added some plain fabric underneath the sleeves so that it doesn't irritate. Anyway, so that's the kameez. Now, what did I do with the salwars? Okay, so I've got a little bit of an unusual design to show you that I did for the salwar. This was the plain fabric that came with it, and I actually, the lace, I took off some of the beads, and I did this design on the ponchas. Now, this kind of fashion was in quite a while back, and then a little while ago, what we're having now is a lot of detailing on trousers. You may have come across them. I have seen a lot of people wearing them with embroidery and so on as well. Anyway, so I went along, I cut into it, and I put a trim of the same beads that I used for the daman and so on. So this is one tutorial that I have introduced onto my video library. So if you want to make something like that, bunches like that, there will be quite a few variations that I will be doing over the next coming months and so on. But this is just one that I started off with. Well, there was one that I did a little while ago, but anyway, that's just another little bit of something different for you. Now, apart from this, there was something else, because I made two versions of stuff with this. Plain chemise in the grey fabric, just to okay, that's the chemise. The dupatta, I took away the original trim and I've added Banarsi and the beading, and again that's finished it off so beautifully. You know, it's given it the beautiful look of, you know, the expense. So I've taken the original away and then I've added Banarsi fabric going all the way, and also the pearl beaded lace. Now the final thing I'm going to share with you from this 3-in-1 combination is the trouser that I've made in the Banarsi. Okay, this is a fully lined trouser. It's quite a fitted trouser, and what I've done is I've done a very detailed piped bottom edging on the bottom of the trouser, and this is actually looks very, very sophisticated and very, very beautifully done. You know, it just gives it the final finishing. Now with this trouser, the good thing about this trouser is Banarsi fabric, if you've come across it or if you've seen it, you know, or if you've tried to stitch it, then it's irritating because it has a lot of metallic thread. So what I've done with this trouser is I've lined it fully, and there's no visible seaming because all the seaming has been done on the inside. So it's a full lining, lined all the way, and that's what it looks like. You know, there's absolutely no threads. It's all finished off absolutely perfectly, where all the seaming is done on the inside. And if I turn it back inside out, with Banarsi fabric, my advice would be to do something of this nature to it, because it is irritating. It doesn't have very long life if you just sew it randomly. So I would advise that if you're going to sew something in Banarsi, then, you know, spend a bit of extra time on it and do it perfectly, because it's an expensive and you know, that kind of fabric where you don't want to sort of rush into it and do a nasty tatty job. So time well worth spent. Wonderful, sort of like a 3-in-1 combination where you can have the grey kameez with the Banarsi pants, and sort of that gives you the finished look. So I think that result is actually superior to what we saw in the catalogue, if I do say so myself. That concludes today's insight into just this. Now what I'm going to be doing another short video, because I want to introduce you to something else that I will be making over the next coming days or weeks. I'm not sure exactly when, but I'm going to introduce you to the fabrics.